Hi, I'm Ebony. Stick around because today's guest on the Showcase Talk Show is DEE-O. Be right back.
Welcome to the showcase, baby. The showcase, righteous mind, it's your time to shine, to shine. The showcase, righteous mind, it's your time to shine, the showcase.
Welcome back. You might have seen my new guest on The Chappelle Show and on some of your favorite web series. Ladies and gentlemen, my new friend, DEE-O.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm making sure the boys ain't following me.
No, they ain't following you. Ain't nobody here. We got security. Have a seat. Have a seat.
Don't really start in trouble.
Oh, my goodness.
That's not really happening.
No, do it. That was a little skit. It's a little improv. All right. So, always joking around. You make me want to jump forward, man. All right. So, first of all, everybody knows who you are, right? But there's a couple people been living under a rock. Tell my friends at home who you are.
I'm DEE-O, Dionisio, known as DEE-O Official. Actor, independent worker, writer. Writing ain't come yet, but it's in process.
Okay. All right. Born and bred.
Yeah, Brooklyn, East New York.
BK.
That's right, to the fullest.
That's right. So, we know, as we just alluded, that you have been on the Chappelle Show. Now, you said that your career started, you were just joking around.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen that in, in my research and some articles that I've read. This article right here, make sure we check out that magazine, and we're going to get to that a little later. But, what do you mean by that? You were just joking around, like...
Yeah, because I was in the streets, we wasn't thinking about doing no acting. I was thinking about being like the, biggest drug dealer in the world at that time growing up. So at that time we had our experiences and, being immature, not knowing what life is, we learned by our mistakes. So a lot of times it was just that we wanted to do for our people no matter what the circumstances may have turned to, but we had to look at it and not make it hurt us in the long run.
Okay.
So coming across that, it was just so ironic because I was on parole at the time when I came in, and Darnell Rawlins used to stay at my brother's house to live with us, and he used to do stand-up. So I spoke to him about it one day, and he was like, you want to do that? I was like, nah, I ain't going to do that. I mean, I could cut somebody here, whatever, come up there. And it started as a joke, and everything always been laughed at anyway.
Yeah.
Like how we used to, crack jokes on each other's moms or crack jokes on each other. So we was cracking jokes about, I can't be no actor, I ain't thinking about that. I'd rather go to the block. You know what I mean? So, and it turned out that way, and it just happened. I wound up going up there, and it just started from there.
Okay. All right. So was that like your start on the Chappelle Show, or how did you meet Dave? Was it through Darnell?
Yeah. Well, actually, my brother Darnell, like I said, he lived in the house at the time, and my brother was like, wanted me to, that's what you want to do. Let's see how it works. I said, I don't think I want to do it. He said maybe just go up there and see what it looked like.
Yeah.
So I went up there to see what it looked like, and he just happened to call me. He was like, yo, they fell short of staff, and he was like, you think about asking some questions? And I said, what kind of questions?
Yes.
And they started asking me questions that we really lived in life, like where did you get a loose cigarette from? A-Rap at the store. Yeah. And it was hilarious to him because it was so true, and this is what goes on.
Right, because no one tells the truth.
Yeah, but, me being honest, not taking it for what it was worth, it was real comical. They said, did you trust the president? I said, hell no. I'm only being real.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be, running on there again, and it gave me another season after season 2, season 3, Tupac sketch. Where you see me pointing at the girl that had the doodle on her back, This is a whole bunch of funny stuff, and Dave gave me an opportunity, which at that time I was like, blessed through, everything, all connections that made it possible. And then shortly after that, I wound up doing work with Chris Rock, who did an audio called Never Scared, and Prince Paul and Mr. Dead were friends of mine who, from Stetsasonic. Prince Paul produced that. Shout out to Prince Paul. And they got me on there, and I wound up doing a radio, Thug Hour radio, show, disc jockey. And and the album got a Grammy. It was recognized
Yeah.
for a Grammy. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah.
I got the the footage where we took the shots at in the studio. So.
Okay.
And then from there, I just wound up doing web series and got a film out actually before I did the web series called 730, my cousin True Vision Films. We got about 30 million streams on Amazon Prime right now.
Nice. Yeah, I heard
No,
about that.
yeah.
What's 730 about?
730 is about a kid who's trying to change his life.
Okay.
And in order to try to change his life, it went back for him. So it went completely opposite. Gotta check it out. It's a good movie. They bootlegged the movie and everything, and then next thing you know, we put it on Amazon Prime, and we did about 30, 40 million streams with no promotion.
That's nice.
You know?
That's nice.
So shout out to True Vision Films.
Shout out.
You know what I mean?
Are we still in touch with, Dave and Ronell?
Well, I was at the party where I met Stevie Wonder and all these other people before the Grand, I think before the awards I was there. So I tried to really, Netflix was in the building and all that. But I'm not really the type to try to chase anyone. I'm not saying like that, but I try to make contact. And if you watch it, I'm ready to be in that other new series that you got coming. So, but Dave is pretty cool.
Yeah, he seems chill.
Yeah, but who embraced me, may he rest in peace, oh my God, Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah, he seemed like a good dude too. How was it, working with him and just...
Well, we got secret footages that we've done for a trailer where I was getting chased and he had run me and they never exposed that. Also, they had a rap battle between Charlie Murphy and Darnell at one time. That was hilarious. They never let that out.
You got a copy? I want to see it.
And they knew that. They were like, "Yo, who has that?" But it was real fun working.
Yeah.
I met his uncle first. His uncle had passed away, and me and Charlie became tight. And he schooled me to a lot of things. I wouldn't be where I'm at now if it wasn't for Charlie. I wouldn't even done this. Charlie said to me, don't let no one discourage you. Don't let nobody tell you no. And, keep your head up and just keep moving. Because they're originally from Brooklyn before they moved out to Long Island.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and he seen where I was coming from in my life at that time. Like I said, I would have been out in the streets. He was like, nah, it's way better things than you can do. And he gave me the light to certain things, and I still live with that now to this day. That's why I'm so humble and passive to a lot of people, like certain directors, certain people that I work with on film, because you ain't going to get paid all the time.
Right.
You got to make that ultimate sacrifice.
Right.
You have to bring some type of income in. So if you got to do odd jobs, you do them. You know what I mean? And make sense of it. Make it work for you rather than work against you.
Okay. I love that. So I know you've done a few web series. And also, there's a couple. I know there's a few. I was looking you up on YouTube and Googling you are just all out the wazoo.
Yeah.
What's your favorite series that you've done? Is there a favorite? Because I know it's hard as an actor to pick your favorite role and the favorite piece that you did.
Well, in a way I could say it's depending on the mood and what attracts the people to reality.
Okay.
And reason why I can't say with Let's Go. Let's Go is one of those parts where I pull up, I'm the money bags. I'm getting money in the hood. Most kids look up to guys like that. So I felt I was giving them an option where they could see me in the picture where they can do it themselves rather than reflecting in a negative aspect to actually do it, get paid for doing it.
Okay.
And Let's Go to kind of give me that feel.
Okay.
As far as with 730, it took me to another level. Another level of me being me and, showing the world this guy actually came from this to do this. So it got to work for him,
Yeah.
And I always wanted to give that inspiration to others. You don't got to get caught up in this negative aspect. What they can, look at as negative. It's negative and negative is positive.
Right.
You got negative and positive to be negative.
Right.
The math don't lie. So in projecting positive in the negative, coming from a negative aspect is where you build the alliance with people to say, yo, how you able to do that? And it's natural. It's natural. It's like us having a conversation. You know what I mean? Also behind the scenes with dealing with the people that work with you. They're natural people. So when you get into a character, you want to be as natural as possible. So that's why I was able to say, okay, I like Let's Go with the feel they gave me and running around. Me money bags. I'm meeting in East New York on the corner. He's telling me how we could take over these blocks, and I'm telling him because your friend, you know what I mean, that you look up to or whatever, we're gonna have to get rid of him.
Right.
You know, so and I like that in the sense of teaching kids that this is not the way to go, but if you're gonna go get paid for going for it that way.
Right.
And in a way, it's just inspiring others to turn their life around.
Right.
That's what Dave taught me in the sense of doing his show. You can make comical the reality of what people ignorance are. And then they kept, oh, I didn't ever say that. You the one that said that.
Yeah. I got footage of you right here.
So, I would say Let's Go in the movie 7:30. You know what I mean? The best scenes I felt, you know, that brought me to another level. Because when, I don't really want to say too much about 7:30 BAC, but he takes a loss that we didn't care about whatever extent we had to go to get that comfort back, even though it was going to turn out bad. You understand?
Yeah.
So, you know, and it got me to raise my ability to that level. And when I went to that level, it was like, wow, I was surprised that came out of me.
Right.
That was already there.
Awesome. So hold that thought. We're going to be right back. We got to take a quick break. 1 second. We'll be back with DEE-O. I'm thinking we can probably... Hey, it's your girl Ebony of the Showcase Talk Show. Want to give a special shout out and great thank you to our food sponsors for today, Q Eats. Follow my man Cordero Sellers, aka Chef Rocka, on Instagram at Q Eats. That's CUEEATS. You want to get them to sponsor an event? Then just hit them up on Instagram or follow them, qeats@gmail.com. They're a Brooklyn-based business. They've been around since 2015. All vegan, vegetarian food, all organic, all natural, all handmade from scratch. Check them out. I can tell you, it's delicious. Bye.
Is he the plug? Is he the plug? I need to know. Is he the plug? Is he the plug? Is he the plug? I need to know. Is he the plug?
Money bags, what's up?
He's my brother Blitz. What's going on?
Ain't shit, man. I had to come check you. You still playing ball?
Yeah, you know I stay in the outfield. Blitz, it all depends on how you throw it. I'm gonna catch him.
Alright, well listen, I'm back in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who's doing what, you know what I mean? I gotta get this back the way it used to be. So smash the East again.
Yo, man, my team out here heavy. We all up and down these blocks. You know what I mean? It don't mean nothing, and work we put in, it's nothing. At the end of the day, let's make this happen. What's the game plan?
Alright, listen, I'm gonna front all the work, you know what I'm saying? You give it to your mans, take the blocks, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna take the East back, and then we're gonna go block for block.
Yo, listen, man, I love your uncle. And I got love for you, man. I know you came up, let's do it. I'm gonna talk to my peoples, I'm gonna put it in motion, and then we're gonna get it from there.
Back on Ebony, I'm here with my friend DEE-O. That was just a scene from his movie on YouTube. It's actually a YouTube series called Let's Go. Now, moving on, because we talked a lot about that, you're in production for a piece now called Telltale. That looks deep. Tell me about that.
Well, Telltale Watch is like, this guy Ian, he's the director. Different director from C-Class from Let's Go. C-Class was one from YouTube, which is the clip I work with as another director. But Ian, it touches the story about this man who, he wants to help the other man, but his intentions is to take from him, like society does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They offer intentions to make it seem like they're going to help you, but they already had a malicious intent, you know, a motive to do something when they see an opportunity and think that they can get away with. So me living as a homeless person, pretty much, in the park, you know, surviving day by day, I find this watch. So the watch is, you know, it looks gold to me, but I just put it on my wrist. You know what I mean? But I'm not taking it as it's worth so much. So as a man that's just looking to try to take from me from that point aspect. But the story goes deeper.
Okay.
So I'm not allowed to do it for so much.
Yeah.
But for me to get into that character was deep because actually not having nowhere to go, and as cold as it is, you have to be a soldier to survive that.
Yeah.
So for me to be into that mode, it took a lot because I'm feeling how cold it is out there, and I see how, you know, where they have to go to use the bathroom, and how do they survive it. Only Lord knows.
Yeah.
So I really got into character, really like just letting myself go, with just laying down on the floor, which I felt was like horrible in the sense of what you have to go through in order to survive.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's sad that we as a people actually have people that we make so much money having these people out there like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the most saddest things that another human can allow another human to go through. And, you know, and it touched me. So I felt into the character. And my name is Alpo.
Okay.
It's Alpo.
Oh,
So
okay.
I loved it. You know.
That's interesting
And
too.
and it made me go into a whole element of how much that I could appreciate of life.
It's interesting that your character's name is Alpo. Like, there could be, like, so many. We could have a conversation just on that and the references there. Would you say that you're, like, a method actor?
Well, I would say maybe, depends on how people see me. Me, I just look, I could do any type of thing that apply to reality in life.
Okay. So that's your favorite type of piece? Just anything that's, like, realistic and it's, like, just...
Yeah. It don't have to be just because you see me start off from all gangster scenes and stuff like that. And people don't even know I came from the opposite. I came from comedy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just showing you that I can adapt as human nature, as people of culture.
Right.
You know,
We're
to the
chameleons.
culture, we can adapt.
Yeah.
It could just stick you in a room and we'll find a way to adapt.
Right, you'll conform to the situation.
Right.
Now, kind of speaking of that, you know, like the gangster projects and everything like that, you do a lot of, like, money and violence type, power type, you know, like, series. Would you say, like, that's your favorite type of thing? Or, like you say, you just like to adapt and things? Because I don't know, I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to end up seeing you on Power or something like that. You're going to talk to, like, Courtney and 50 and...
I mean, I really, you know, I salute all them guys that's doing what they're doing. They give me an opportunity and an opportunity seems fit, yes, I would love to work with them. See, you got to have the love for the craft that you're blessed with. People go to school for years to do these things and still don't have that craft.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, you know, if it seems fit and it works, yeah, I'm willing to do so. Me, I just look at it like challenges of playing a dad. I think one of the biggest roles I really want to play is like being blind in the series. Physical blind. Because, you know, right now, people are blind without even, and they got vision.
Right.
But the person that's blind got more vision than the person that...
Right, because all your other senses and everything kicks in, but we're like, just like emotionally and mentally blind to a lot of things, just as a culture and as a society these days. Like, man, that's another conversation. I mean, look, all right.
That's a challenge. That's a challenge.
Yeah, that would be great. I actually had a script come to me where, like, the character was blind and she had, like, these superhero type powers. Like, so that was interesting when that came across my table. But we'll talk later. This is about you today. So
I don't mind sharing.
Okay, all right. So let's fast forward and kind of rewind a little bit because we kind of alluded to this magazine that is sitting on this table right here.
Oh, yeah.
What's up with this?
Oh, that was my guy Lance, who's Media Made magazine from out of Arizona. He used to live in Brooklyn. He started a magazine a while ago. Now, this is like the third issue going into the fourth issue. We talked, we spoke. He was like one of the OGs in the neighborhood who turned his life around. Became successful and still in the grind of success. And we was talking about all the things that I've done and the things he's done. And he was like, yo, let's set up a thing where we could do an article with you in the magazine. And showing the stages of growth and where I came from, along with what he done, showing his accomplishment, as you can see here. And they're selling out. So if you don't get it, hey, it's not my fault, but be a part of it. We love that support. But anyway, he gave me an opportunity, and I thought it just was going to be one page.
Right. No, you got a little bit of a spread in there.
Yeah, I got 4 pages. That was
Look.
that was from the Most High.
Yeah.
Everything that, if you don't believe that God has nothing to do with what you're doing, I'm so sorry. You better go get on your knees and ask Him. But without God, like I tell everyone, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Rather good or bad.
You attribute a lot of, like, your successes and achievements to God. Like, I've noticed that even on, like, your Instagram posts and, you know, you're always thanking God, always thanking Allah. Like, have you always been that way?
I come up in a family that way. Like, what happened was, and it was so crazy and it's so ironic. And I was crazy, just tearing stuff up, just going through things, raised in the house. My mom's Christian. My pops and the other side of the family, like my brothers and cousins and uncles, all was Muslims, and still are, some of them to this day. And I was, you know, raised in the mosque, going to the mosque and stuff back and forth. And I always was rebellious against that. Like, I ain't gonna do that.
Right.
And then, you know, when certain things started happening, I had to come with grips on myself. So with more realizing the things that I was doing that were worse, God always still was forgiving to me.
Yes.
Still opened the way and made things happen for me. So I said, you know what? From this day on, and I was home, I said, Lord, whatever it is that you want me to do, I'm going to do, and I'm going to be submissive. I may not be perfect, but I'm going to ask to stay on that path to be right. And I just went back to praying. And ever since then, it's no...
Floodgates are open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not always about money, and even though we need money to survive, you have to make ways to make things. But he's showing me another way where in my prayers is where my wealth is at. More than anybody can give me tangibly. So everything just comes together. Like with Miss Bryant, for her helping me and being supportive. And she's been a part of my career for a minute. You know, that queen there. So it's like everything is a blessing, and I salute everybody that's a part of my career. Even the cameraman here, whatever, your show. I mean, it's a part of my life. And I thank God for you people. You know what I mean? To allow me to get on the platform.
Right.
You didn't have to.
Right. And thank God for you too. You know, just it's all a blessing. Now that kind of, you know, segues us into, you're not just an actor. You know, you're also very philanthropic. You do like a lot of things like give back. You've done like back to school drives and just helping feed people. And man, look, I want you tell the people.
Well, there's a friend of mine who has a car company, you know, Royalty Rentals, Tone. The bishop I'm cool with. We gave back about like 15,000 bags to the community from Brooklyn to Queens and all that. We gave out turkeys, about 25,000 turkeys, something like that. And I give food to the churches, to the shelters, you know. No Kids Left Behind with my man Keith Watkins. He got the fish fry, I just had one. That's giving back to the kids in the community, giving them options. We was at a dinner where we took the kids out. Royalty Rentals took them to the diner, gave them money gift cards, like $200. Now all of this is just what we're doing. So we dealt with Book Bank Foundation with Dr. Glenn Toby. I salute. Every year we give the 5 boroughs to the shelter, to the homeless. You know, every year. So being a part of that, we always want to make it happen. He's in Atlanta, he goes around the world. So I want to do is bring all my peoples together and give to our own people. You know what I mean? And give them that inspiration so that they can add on if they get successful. Not even successful of a job, but donate. So you donate to the cause to help someone that's in need of help.
Right, pay it forward.
Right. So, and that's God's work.
Yes.
So, you know, a lot of people just collect. But, you know, have a problem giving back when you should be thankful that you receive. And that's just basically it. And I love doing that. So, you know, that's just it. You know, without God is nothing.
That's right. Man, listen, you're doing a lot of work. You have a lot of things in pre-production, post-production, in production. There just isn't enough time. I'm getting my signal. But if anybody wants to book you for work, where do they reach out to?
Well, I just tell them they can hit me up at DEE-O_official. DM me. Or you can reach out to Big Man Entertainment. Just another form of people who collaborate with you. And if you know someone, they can reach you and hit me. You can hit me. It don't matter. I'm not really so caught up on that because what God got for me is for me no matter what. Even if you hit me on Instagram or not, I'll be made bumper to me. But soon, it's just, you know, I'm thankful to be here. And those ways you can contact me.
Okay. Well, I love it. Thank you so much.
I love you having me here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I definitely want to have you back so we can talk to you some more because there was so much.
Oh yeah, the Ray Donovans, the Blue Bloods. They don't even know about that. Yeah,
you did some work on there. You had a radio show.
Oh yeah, Urban Blaze. Yeah, that took away from it because, you know what was so crazy about it? I had fun doing it because we had the rush hour time that we used to do it, and what happened was got caught in filming. You know what I mean? Personal issues. No, I never really dealt with that, but the filming was consuming more than my personal issues.
Okay.
But the personal issues wasn't really an issue. It was just the people I was around. So what happened was this is how God worked. God made more work for me to do. So you see.
So okay, I'm gonna fix this. Here goes some more.
So I mean, I am so grateful. I don't have time to endure with the negative energy. Because if I go answer to that, then I haven't learned what God gave me the chance to make better in my life. I ain't learned nothing. So me showing through my work, I've learned, and I'm very, very grateful every step of the way.
Amen. Well, I'm grateful that you were here, but unfortunately, that is our time today. DEE-O, thank you so much for stopping by, chopping up with me. Make sure that you follow him on Instagram at DEEO_official. Make sure you follow us on Instagram too, at The Showkase TV. Make sure you follow me, Evan A. Forever, EBONEEFOREVER. Make sure you follow our booking manager at Brooklyn Mobile Tour on Instagram also. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. And as always, stay fabulous. Bye.
Peace.
Thank you so much for coming.
That was actually an interesting thing. It was something that I only had one intention with Circumstances, which is a clip from Passing Stories.
Okay.
It was just, I needed a reel as an actor. I didn't have a reel that I liked. So the intention was to just shoot, scenes that I think people could relate to. And but the main thing was for my reel, and then it ended up getting a really good reception. Ended up going to a film festival, winning the film festival, and
The Showkase, baby. The Showkase. Righteous mind. It's no time to shine. The Showkase. Righteous mind. The Showkase. Righteous mind. It's your time. To shine. The Showkase.
Time to shine, make it go blow with glittering fame. I'm blowing up your radio stations, remember my name. I'm never ever going back inside the door that I came. I'm thinking like a Bossellini, I'm no longer a lame.